Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. I am Shumail Sitar, SS Physics at DPS and College Sahiwal. Dear students, today we will learn numerical problems from chapter number 4, Turning Effect of Forces. Before solving numerical problems, we should recall some previous knowledge. So first of all, we will recall resolution of forces. As you have already studied, splitting up of a force into two mutually perpendicular components is called the resolution of that force. किसी भी फोर्स को उसके दो म्यूचुअली परपेंडिकुलर कंपोनेंट्स में डिवाइड करने का नाम रेजोल्यूशन ऑफ फोर्स है. इफ अ फोर्स इज फॉर्म्ड फ्रॉम टू म्यूचुअली परपेंडिकुलर कंपोनेंट्स, देन सच कंपोनेंट्स आर कॉल्ड इट्स परपेंडिकुलर कंपोनेंट्स. If a force has two mutually perpendicular components, then we can say that the force is the sum of these two mutually perpendicular components, and we have F, which is equal to sum of two mutually perpendicular components, which are Fx and Fy. So we get F is equal to Fx plus Fy. From here we can calculate the magnitude of the force as we have already calculated it. So we get Fx, which is equal to F cos theta, and Fy, which is equal to F sin theta. So these are the magnitudes of the two mutually perpendicular components. Next one is determination of a force from its perpendicular components. Since a force can be resolved into two perpendicular components, then its reverse is to determine the force knowing its perpendicular components. It means if we can resolve a force into its perpendicular components, then we can also find that force from its perpendicular components, and we have already calculated the magnitude and the direction of that force from its perpendicular components. So the magnitude of the force F is equal to Fx square plus Fy square root. While the direction of force F is calculated by the formula theta, which is equal to tan inverse Fy divided by Fx. Here theta represents the direction of that force. So here we have some important formulae which we will use in solving these numerical problems. First one is force. As we have already discussed the magnitude and direction of force, so these will be very helpful in solving the numerical problems. Magnitude can be calculated by this formula, which is equal to F, which is equal to Fx square plus Fy square whole square root. And the direction can be calculated from this formula, which is theta, which is equal to tan inverse Fy divided by Fx. Next, if we want to calculate the magnitude of the mutually perpendicular components, then we can use these two formulas, as we have Fx, which is equal to F cos theta, and Fy, which is equal to F sin theta. Next we have the torque formula. As we have already discussed that torque, which is equal to the product of moment arm and the force. So we get this formula, torque is equal to R cross F. So these are the formulas which we are going to use in numerical problems. Now we will start the numerical problems. Problem number 4.1 is find the resultant of the following forces. A. 10 Newton force along x-axis B. 6 Newton force along y-axis. C. 4 Newton force along negative x-axis. So if we are given these three forces, then we have to find the resultant of these forces. So firstly we will write the given data. As we are given the three forces, so we will write it as F1x, which is equal to 10 Newton along x-axis, as we are given the two forces along x-axis. So for first force we will write it as F1x, and for the second force we will write it as F2x. Now F1x is equal to 10 Newton along x-axis. Second is 6 Newton along y-axis. So we will write Fy, which is equal to 6 Newton along y-axis. Third is 4 Newton along negative x-axis. So for negative x-axis, we will write it as F2x, which is equal to 4 Newton along negative x-axis. And what we have to find? The resultant force. Now the solution is, as we have two forces along x-axis, so firstly we will find the resultant of the x-directed forces. As we are given F1x, which is 10 Newton along x-axis, and F2x, which is 4 Newton along negative x-axis. So for these two forces we have Fx, which is the resultant of all the x-directed forces, which is equal to F1x plus F2x, which is equal to 10, which is the value of F1x, minus 4 is the value of F2x. Since it is directed along negative x-axis, so we will write the negative sign for the negative x-axis. So by solving 10 minus 4, we get Fx, which is equal to 6 Newton. And we also know that Fy, which is also 6 Newton. So we have two components of the force, Fx, which is equal to 6 Newton, and Fy, which is equal to 6 Newton. Since Fx and Fy are perpendicular to each other, being the mutually perpendicular components of the force, so by using the magnitude formula of the force, we have F, which is equal to Fx square plus Fy square whole square root. Now we have the values of both Fx and Fy. So by putting the values in this formula, we have 6 square plus 6 square whole square root, which is equal to 6 square is equal to 36 plus again 36 whole square root, which is equal to, by adding these two terms, we get square root of 72. And after calculating the square root of 72, we get F is equal to 8.48 Newton, which is approximately equal to 8.5 Newton. So we have calculated the magnitude of the force. Now we will calculate the direction of the force. For direction, we have the formula tan theta, which is equal to Fy divided by Fx. By putting the values of these two components, we have 6, which is the value of Fy, divided by 6, which is the value of Fx, and we get 1. So tan theta is equal to 1. To find the value of theta, we will convert this trigonometric ratio towards right, and we get theta is equal to tan inverse 1. So by taking tan inverse of 1, we get theta is equal to 45 degree. So the angle will be 45 degree along x-axis. So as we have calculated both the magnitude of the force and the direction of the force, so we can say that we have calculated the resultant of all the given forces. Now problem number 4.2 is find the rectangular components of a force of 50 Newton making an angle of 30 degree with x-axis. As it is clear from the statement that we are given the force of 50 Newton and its direction, that is 30 degree with x-axis. So firstly we will write the given data. As we are given a force of 50 Newton, so we will write it as F, which is equal to 50 Newton. Next we are given an angle of 30 degree with x-axis, which is the direction of the force. So we will write it as theta, which is equal to 30 degree. But we have to find the rectangular components of a force. So it means we have to find Fx and Fy. Now the solution is, as we already know the magnitudes of the mutually perpendicular components, so by putting the formula Fx, which is equal to F cos theta. By putting this formula, we can get the value of Fx. So we have the value of force and we also have the value of theta. Now we will get Fx, which is equal to 50, which is the value of force, multiplied by cos 30 degree. 30 degree is the angle. So by calculating cos 30 degree, we get 0.866 multiplied by force, which is 50 Newton. After multiplication, we get the value of Fx, which is 43.3 Newton. So the value of one rectangular component of force Fx is equal to 43.3 Newton. Now we will calculate the other rectangular component, which is Fy, which is equal to F sin theta. So by putting the values, we get 50, which is equal to force multiplied by sin 30 degree, whereas 30 degree is the angle of that force. So the value of sin 30 degree is 0.5 and we get 50 multiplied by 0.5. After multiplication, we get Fy, which is equal to 25 Newton. So we have calculated the values of both the rectangular components of the forces as Fx, which is equal to 43.3 Newton, while Fy, which is equal to 25 Newton. Now the problem number 4.3 is find the magnitude and direction of a force if its x component is 12 Newton and y component is 5 Newton. So in this statement, we are given the x component of the force, which is 12 Newton, and the y component of the force, which is 5 Newton, and we have to find out the magnitude and the direction of that force. So firstly, we will write the given data. As we are given the x component of the force is 12 Newton, so we will write it as Fx, which is equal to 12 Newton. Secondly, we are given the y component of the force is 5 Newton, so we will write it as Fy, which is equal to 5 Newton. And we have to find out the magnitude of the force and the direction of the force. Now the solution is, firstly we will find the magnitude of the force by putting this formula, which is F is equal to fx square plus fy square whole square root. As we have the values of both these components, so we will put these values in this formula and we get f, which is equal to 12 square. 12 is the value of fx plus 5 square, whereas 5 is the value of fy. By taking the squares of these components, we get 144 plus 25 whole square root. By adding 144 and 25, we get 169 square root. Now the square root of 169 is 13. So we get the magnitude of the force, which is 13 Newton. Next, we have to find out the direction of the force. So we know that for direction, we will use this formula, which is tan theta, which is equal to fy divided by fx, and theta, which is equal to tan inverse fy divided by fx. So theta becomes equal to tan inverse 5, which is the value of fy, divided by 12, which is the value of fx. So by dividing 5 by 12, we get 0.41. So next is theta is equal to tan inverse 0.41. By calculating tan inverse of 0.41, we get 22.6 degree. So theta is equal to 22.6 degree with x-axis. So we have also calculated the direction of the force. Now we have calculated both the magnitude of the force, which is 13 Newton, and the direction of that force, which is 22.6 degree with x-axis. Now the problem number 4.4 is a force of 100 Newton is applied perpendicularly on a spanner at a distance of 10 cm from a nut. Find the torque produced by the force. In the statement, we are given a force of 100 Newton, which is applied perpendicularly on a spanner at a distance of 10 cm from a nut. So it means we are also given the moment arm, which is 10 cm, and we have to find the torque produced by the force. So firstly we will write the given data as we are given a force of 100 Newton. So we will write it as F, which is equal to 100 Newton. Secondly, we are given the moment arm of 10 cm. So we will write it as R, which is equal to 10 cm. Firstly, we will convert it into meter. So 10 divided by 100, which is equal to 0.1 meter. Next, we have to find out the torque which is produced by that force. So we know that the formula of calculating torque is equal to R multiplied by F. So by putting the values of R and F in this formula, we can easily find out the value of torque. So we get torque, which is equal to 0.1, which is the value of moment arm, multiplied by 100, which is the value of force. Now by multiplying these two terms, we get 10 Newton meter, which is the value of torque. So the torque produced by that force is 10 Newton meter, whereas Newton meter is the unit of the torque. Now the problem number 4.5 is a force is acting on a body making an angle of 30 degree with the horizontal. The horizontal component of the force is 20 Newton. Find the force. In this statement, we are given an angle of 30 degree with the horizontal, and we are also given the horizontal component of the force, which is 20 Newton. And we have to find out the force. So firstly, we will write the given data. As we are given an angle of 30 degree, so we will write it as theta, which is equal to 30 degree. Secondly, we are also given the horizontal component of the force, which is 20 Newton. So we will write it as Fx, which is equal to 20 Newton. And we have to find out the force. Now the solution is, as we know that Fx, which is equal to F cos theta, it is clear from this formula that if we have the value of Fx and theta, then we can easily calculate the value of the force. So by putting the values of the given factors, we get 20, which is the value of Fx, which is equal to F, which we have to find out, multiplied by cos 30 degree, as 30 degree is the value of the angle. So to find out the force F, we have to divide cos 30 degree on both sides. On the right hand side, the cos 30 degree divided by cos 30 degree will be cancelled out, and we get F, which is equal to 20 divided by cos 30 degree. By solving cos 30 degree, we get F, which is equal to 20 divided by 0.866. Here 0.866 is the value of cos 30 degree. Now we have to divide 20 by 0.866 and we get the value of force F, which is equal to 23.09 Newton. So by rounding off this term, we get F, which is equal to 23.1 Newton. So we have calculated the value of the force F, which is equal to 23.1 Newton. Now it's time of self-assessment. I am giving you two questions which you have to solve out yourself by putting the previous formulae. First question is, a man is pulling a trolley on a horizontal rod with a force of 200 Newton, making 30 degree with the rod. Find the horizontal and vertical components of its force. In the given data, we are given the force, which is equal to 200 Newton, and we are also given the angle theta, which is equal to 30 degree with the horizontal. You have to find out the horizontal and vertical components of forces, which means that you have to find out Fx and Fy. You have to use these two formulas, which is Fx, which is equal to F cos theta, and Fy, which is equal to F sin theta. I hope that you can easily calculate the values of Fx and Fy by using these two formulas. Now the next question is, a mechanic tightens the nut of a bicycle using a 15 cm long spanner by exerting a force of 200 Newton. Find the torque that has tightened it. Again, in statement, you are given the moment arm, which is 15 cm, and you are also given the force, which is 200 Newton. So in given data, you will write F, which is equal to 200 Newton, and the moment arm, which is equal to 15 cm and which is equal to 0.15 meter. And you have to find out the torque. Now by using this formula, which is torque is equal to product of force and momentum. You can easily calculate torque. Now I hope that you can solve these two questions by using this video lecture and by remembering the formulas that we have used in today's numerical problems. So good luck with it. That's all for today. Thank you so much for listening.